Potter's journal. This is always the hard part for me in the new year. Getting started. January 2019. Why so hard to get started in the new year? Well, it's been a wreath making studio for a couple months. So first I will be cleaning up needles for years. Still have to do the switch out on the tools, if I can remember where they all are. I'll need a wire to cut some clay. I do have it getting ready by the wheel. And okay, what's first on the list? It's always mugs. Always lots of mugs. I'll do maybe 3 batches, probably the best glaze. I'll maybe do a tall version on the face mugs this year, my standard, and try something with a single glaze and some wavy lines. And to get started, oh, I can't even draw on getting started. Just going to try to do some that are slightly barreled out for getting. Oh, I don't remember how much they're supposed to be. My notes in the journal only go so far. It took less my second year back to this than it did the first. Okay, and I roll these, finish wedging them and roll them into a cone. So let's see, 1 1/4. Somebody said they like a good size mug. Liked mine because of that. Okay. And when I finish wedging these, okay, that goes into a cone, and all those clay particles line up really nice. I tried last year to make a bigger mug after the clay was wedged and add just a little piece to the top of the lump of clay. Well, it wasn't wedged as cleanly and smoothly and blended into the lump of clay below, and I had more trouble than could be imagined. Okay, so I cubed these from the block of clay, and then just take a little bit off or add a little bit more. And I'd love to jump right into the jug project, but yeah, mugs. Always need a lot of mugs, so this is a good way to get the year started. Before I sit down at the wheel, here is another project I've got started relating to pottery, and even more important than getting started selling it, and a new idea, or an idea that I've had now for showing, selling, and marketing. Oh, getting started. I don't even have the greens cleaned out of here from last year. Okay, this is a new ceramic project that, what is this? People like to visit shows and they like to identify stuff and say, this is a. And I don't mind when they ask the question, what is it? A yarn bowl. But when they say, what is it? And it's a bowl. And well, what do you do with it? I really don't know what to tell them. So this year I am going to prepare food in them. The way cookbooks show off food in beautiful ceramic dishes, I am going to show beautiful ceramic dishes with food in it, so we'll completely cover it up. The other thing this is a way to survive as an artist. I go to a flea market once a month, pick things up at a good price, a whole thing of mushrooms, the apples, carrots. Sometimes there's really great deals in the winter because they don't think anybody's going to come, and they just have things at a low price to get you to come in. So this is also surviving as an artist. So we'll have to see what we can put in these. I'm invited to a tapas party. Getting started. Hope I find all my tools. Okay, for me in the new year, a wire, or if you've never, you're new to this, essential wire, needle. Let's see, rubber rib, a wooden rib, and whatever that is, another wooden rib. Okay, I think I have a sponge in the water. Okay, here we go. The first pot. And we missed the center. There we go. And okay, it's nice and coned up already because of the way we wedged it. I'll have to get, I usually have a board under 1 foot, a 2 by 8 thickness, under the foot that's not on the pedal, so I'll have to find that yet. Oh, and I need a place to dump the scrap. Okay. I like to put it right in a bucket and reclaim it a little at a time. Out of there. I don't want to trim these, so I'll use the rib and thin out the bottom a little bit more. I'm going to give these a nice barrel shape and undercut. Give this a nice bend out and thin and comfortable for drinking. Okay, I usually, yeah, there we go. The first pot of the new year. Okay, and not a tutorial, but this is just documentation of what I do. You notice I'm using a sponge, which means you can't feel what's going on with the clay. But if I pull this away, these are the two fingers that I'm compressing this with. And then if we only pull part of that away, okay, yeah. This thumb is connected with that hand. So I've got the two cans connected here, and I have, this is the one, these two, the thumb here and finger are what's bringing up the wall, and the sponge keeping it moist. And it's also a very thin sponge that you can actually, well worn, to the point where there's nothing there. So it's also, like my wooden rib, a self-made, sponge. Getting started. I did it. All right. Please like, comment, subscribe. Also got started on a barrel mug, which is a new form for me. It has a little work to go, though, yet before I get it right. I also need to get my jug series started again. And believe it or not, the chip and dip plate is going to be step one in getting my jug series started. It's also going to be, we're going to take a look back here at the end here to how I closed the studio last fall. And getting started with glaze blending, it was all an accident. Okay, let's scrape this all done and get the place. What? No! Oh no, how could this happen? Oh no, I don't believe it! Oh, I dumped the sea mist on top of the Celadon. Oh, I don't believe it! How can I separate them? Oh no! Oh no, no. Oh great. I don't believe it. I thought this was brilliant. Here's one with a crack in it. These wouldn't fit in here. So I found this at a second-hand store. And okay, I put them in like that, give them a turn until they were almost finished glaze, grab them with the tongs, go a little bit further around, out and the drip. Okay, this is September 20... What year is it, since I'm so out of sync? 2018. And since I'm so out of sync, it's September 2018. I've got videos to release through the end of the year. I wasn't going to share the chip and dip things, which I never did before. Well, that's a bunt pan. I did that at Historic Village. I wasn't going to share these. I was maybe going to do a few more in the new year. But, so I did some in my Celadon and some in the sea mist, and this was so brilliant. I thought I should be sharing it, finding a container with a little bit extra width in, and then I found myself dumping it back in here, and suddenly I've got a full bucket of the sea mist glaze. Wow, magically. Yes, like wine, it filled the amphora. But I dumped it on top of the... Okay, so how do we save this? Ceramics Monthly. I read in an old edition. I've got some from the 70s, the 80s, maybe the early 90s. That glaze blending is a thing, acceptable. And at university, I remember, dumping the last bits of glaze together and occasionally getting something so spectacular that you could, unfortunately, though, couldn't repeat. So, when I get back in the studio, January 2019, since that's the next time I'll be glazing. January 2019. Glaze blending. What happens when you take standard ceramics, Ivy, add a quarter of their clear to it, and then dump an unproportioned, oh yeah, who knows what the proportion of sea mist and that mix together. I was going to do these plates. As, Steelers plates for Pittsburgh in January 2019. Okay, now I'm so out of sync, I don't even know what year it is. And I'd say stop back and see how we turn another... Oh yeah, this can become the Turn Failures into Success channel. And see if we can do that in 2019. But if I attach this clip to 2019, it is 2019. So how can I say come back in 2019? Okay, we can turn this into success. Another failure. Okay, stop back. Let's see, the Greek sausage on one side. On the other, the Italian, substituting for chorizo. And then what this is
that
chickpeas with chorizo and peppers, and
Might
just
be
stuffed
an
peppers
experiment
with
for
the
Christmas.
rice and the chorizo sausage. Oh, and this is a Portuguese cod and potato casserole with onions and I don't know what else.
Do the onions get burnt in the
it
oven?
needs some, no, they're supposed to be
Okay.
caramelized.
I thought maybe we overdid it.
So, and this is what you can do with ceramic
could try.
dishes, huh? Oh.
What?
I don't know.
Pepper mustard and fruits. What do you call stuff?
What's your sixth one?
Okay.
Garlic cheese? Or onion. Oh, onion. Onion cheese.
Timer for Mom.
What do you
Are
want?
the corn fritters all right?